Did you forget to pay your taxes? There's no more water down here.
It looks like Stephen Chow is busier than ever, and fans of his movies are getting spoiled with not just one, but two big projects on the horizon. Everyone knows him as the genius behind Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, and now he's making headlines again because he's confirmed a long-awaited Kung Fu Hustle 2, while also diving into a new spin-off project connected to Shaolin Soccer. Both announcements have sent fans buzzing, because Chow doesn't just make movies, he makes events that people talk about for years. But before we get into all the details about Kung Fu Hustle 2, it's worth looking at the spin-off that he's cooking up first. The project is called Women's Soccer, and it's being reported as a follow-up to Shaolin Soccer, which blew audiences away when it came out back in 2001. That movie mixed outrageous kung fu action with laugh-out-loud comedy, and it quickly became one of Chow's most iconic works. More than 2 decades later, he's finally revisiting the idea, this time with a female-led story. Chinese actress Dilraba Dilmurat, who has been making a name for herself in projects like 21 Carat, is said to be involved in the film. While she hasn't officially confirmed her role, rumors suggest she'll at least have a cameo, and that's already enough to generate tons of excitement. The cast is also rumored to include Zhang Xiaofei, Zhang Tianyi, Song Kang-ho, Amy, Zhao-lina, and Li Jiayu, so it's clear Chow is pulling in a wide range of talent. Even though none of this has been officially confirmed yet by Chow or the production team, fans are already speculating about how the lineup will shape up. What makes it even more interesting is that Women's Soccer isn't just a movie, it's also said to have television tie-ins, which means Chow could be building something much bigger than just a one-off project. Because he's got such a track record of blending humor, martial arts, and heartfelt moments, people are naturally curious about how he's going to update the Shaolin Soccer world for modern audiences. This isn't just another film for Chow either. It marks his first time directing since 2019's The New King of Comedy, which he co-directed with Herman Yao. On his 61st birthday, Chow officially announced Women's Soccer and even revealed that he's running a global talent search for new actors. That move shows he's serious about finding fresh faces, which could also mean the movie will feel new and exciting while still carrying his trademark style. Fans who love the outrageous fight sequences and heartfelt comedy of the original Shaolin Soccer are hoping this new version will capture that same magic, but with a modern twist. Now, while Women's Soccer is exciting on its own, most people can't stop talking about the other big news. Kung Fu Hustle 2 is finally happening. The original Kung Fu Hustle from 2004 wasn't just a hit, it became a global phenomenon. It pulled in about $100 million worldwide on just a $20 million budget, which is a huge success, especially for a foreign language film in America at the time. In the US alone, it made $17 million, which is impressive considering how tough it can be for international films to break through. What really made it stand out wasn't just the action, but the blend of slapstick humor, wild visuals, and over-the-top kung fu battles. Critics loved it too, with Roger Ebert even comparing Chow to legends like Buster Keaton and Quentin Tarantino. That kind of praise cemented Chow's place as a filmmaker who could mix styles in ways few others could pull off. In Kung Fu Hustle, Chow not only directed, co-wrote, and co-produced the film, but he also starred as Sing, a wannabe gangster who dreams of joining the Axe Gang. The twist, of course, is that the seemingly ordinary slum where the gang operates is full of hidden kung fu masters. The movie's plot was really just an excuse to deliver insane fight sequences and jaw-dropping choreography, which turned out to be exactly what audiences wanted. It still holds a 90% score on Rotten Tomatoes, which shows how much staying power it has nearly 2 decades later. Because of how beloved Kung Fu Hustle became, fans have been asking about a sequel ever since it came out. Chow actually mentioned back in 2005 that he wanted to make Kung Fu Hustle 2, but life and other projects kept getting in the way. He directed CJ7 in 2008, Journey to the West: Conquering the Demons in 2013, and The Mermaid in 2016. all of which kept him busy. At one point, he was even linked to directing The Green Hornet for Seth Rogen, although that job ended up going to Michel Gondry instead. So, Kung Fu Hustle 2 stayed on the shelf for years. But during the promotion of his 2019 film The New King of Comedy, Chow finally reconfirmed that the sequel is happening, and this time it looks more likely than ever that it'll actually make it to the big screen. Here's the interesting part. Kung Fu Hustle 2 won't be a direct sequel. Instead, Chow has said it will be more of a spiritual successor, set in modern day instead of the 1930s. That means it won't just rehash the same story or characters, but it will try to capture the same spirit and energy that made the original so memorable. Chow has also said he doesn't plan to star in the movie, although he'll probably make a cameo appearance. This opens the door for a new cast to take center stage, and that could be a smart move because it gives younger martial arts actors a chance to shine while also attracting a new generation of fans. Adding new cast members is actually a really big deal when it comes to the box office. The first Kung Fu Hustle succeeded partly because it introduced audiences to a bunch of incredible martial arts performers they hadn't seen in such a mainstream film before. If Kung Fu Hustle 2 follows the same strategy, it could tap into today's pool of rising martial arts stars or even bring in established names from Hollywood who have the kind of global recognition that boosts ticket sales. Imagine if Chow added someone like Donnie Yen or even international stars who are popular with Western audiences. Suddenly, the movie wouldn't just be a cult favorite, but a worldwide event. Even younger talents from streaming hits or Asian cinema could give the film a fresh energy that appeals to both old fans and new ones. The idea of bringing in a female lead also sets Kung Fu Hustle 2 apart. That not only reflects how the action genre has evolved, but it also creates an opportunity for a broader audience to connect with the story. Female-led action movies have been doing well at the box office lately, and if Chow manages to find the right actress who can balance martial arts skills with comedy chops, it could push the film into blockbuster territory. Pairing a fresh new star with cameo appearances from original cast members would give longtime fans that nostalgic connection while still keeping the focus on the future. Even though it's always tricky revisiting a classic after so many years, Chow has shown time and again that he knows how to reinvent his ideas. That's why fans are hopeful that Kung Fu Hustle 2 won't just repeat what worked before, but will expand it in ways that feel surprising. Because the movie is set in modern day, it also allows for completely new settings, fight choreography that takes advantage of updated technology, and humor that resonates with today's audiences. It's a chance for Chow to show he can still innovate the way he did 2 decades ago, and if he pulls it off, Kung Fu Hustle 2 could end up being not just a sequel, but a cultural event. In the end, both Women's Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle 2 show that Stephen Chow is far from done making his mark on cinema. He's taking risks by updating his classics with new stories, new casts, and new directions, but that's exactly what has kept him relevant for so long. Although there's always a chance projects like these get delayed again, the fact that he's actively talking about them now gives fans hope. Because if there's one thing Chow has proven, it's that when he does finally bring a movie to the screen, it's worth the wait. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.